Siamo alle Keys, in Florida. Per l'esattezza ci troviamo a...
We are in Florida. To be exact, we are in Key Largo, but the boat we will be trying is Dutch, Zeelander Z55.
Zeelander, insieme al celebre...
Zeelander, together with the famous architect Cor D. Rover, traced the external lines of this model with a timeless, elegant, unmistakable style.
Viene stampato
It is moulded entirely by vacuum vinyl ester resin infusion.
delle barche Zeelander.
We also must admire the details of Zeelander boats. The more you observe them, and the more you realise how they work. Admire its external shape, but before observing it on the inside, I want to anticipate that it is customizable, so you can choose the layout of the premises and the architecture together with the builder. If you like, you can put your favourite interior designer in contact with the shipyard to create the boat of your dreams. You might find a similarity between this boat and lobster boats, which are basically fishing boats, although I find that its seductive stern has nothing in common with fishing boats. There is a lot of space. Consider that we are on a 55-foot. The secret is a very large, well-exploited beam. From the stern to the wheelhouse, from the outside to the inside, they have created a seamless environment thanks to an impressive curved window that disappears when you want. There is everything you need to feel good. Wherever you are, you can enjoy 360-degree views of the panorama. Outside, a large table with couches and armchairs all around, which can be joined to the sofa. The kitchen is fully equipped. Oven, microwave, sink, cooking plates and much space for dishes and storage. There are also many storage compartments along the starboard side. From the kitchen, you can directly serve an aperitif at the bar. The stern is a distinctive element, a trademark of Zeelander. On the sides there are two delightful balconies, one on each side for boarding, but also used for diving. And on one side you also find the tender garage. The living room with the sofa that wraps around the table is very welcoming, and with the two pivoting pilot seats, 8 people can be easily accommodated. The external silhouette made me think that we would not find many cabins under deck, because often, to give space to beauty, the habitability is sacrificed. But this is not the case. On the Zeelander Z55 there are 3 cabins. The owner's cabin is in the best spot, at the centre of the boat, and it enjoys full beam, about 5 metres to be exact. Behind the stern bulkhead there is no engine room, but in the garage tender, and therefore the engines are distant, and that makes you neither hear their noise nor their heat. On this model they have inserted in the owner's suite an open bathroom. At the end of the bed, a beauty area with a retractable TV, and all around much closet space to create a full wardrobe. The other double cabin is located at the bow and has a closet with 3 doors and several lockers. This guest cabin leads directly to the day bathroom, a room almost as big as a cabin. The third cabin has bunk beds and is less wide than the others, but is still comfortable for 2 people.
Le Keys sono una serie di isole.
The Keys are a series of islands between the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico.
Come per tutte le isole, quando il vento spira da una
As for all the islands, when the wind blows on one side, on the opposite side to that, the sea is calmer.
usciamo dalla laguna e non abbiamo una direzione.
We are leaving the lagoon and we do not have a preferred direction because today the wind is not very firm, so the waters are choppy, a little wavy from both sides, but not excessively.
Peccato, avrei voluto provarla in una maniera più severa.
Too bad. I wanted to try it in a harsher weather condition, but we will find a way to test it all the way, even in an almost favourable situation.
Per uscire da qui, dall'Ocean Reef di Key Largo North,
To get out of here from the North Ocean Reef Key Largo, we have a rather narrow channel, but there are no speed limits in this pathway.
e allora proviamo a vedere
So let's try to see what is the precision of the navigation system. Volvo Penta IPS propulsion.
andando a lento moto sono rimasto sorpreso da quanto è facile.
By moving slowly, I was surprised how easy it is to check the direction of the boat. And in speed, here in the midst of these very narrow channel markers, just a little wider than the boat.
Beh, io ci passo.
I'm going to pass through them by accelerating.
Eccola. Sfiorata la rossa, sfiorata la verde e
Here it is. I brush the red one, now brush the green, and we leave the channel at 30 knots. We're at 30 knots.
quando sei al timone di una barca così
When you're at the helm of a boat this silent and this comfortable, you do not realise the speed. So let's take a step back. Let's start from scratch.
rallento,
I slowed down, checking that there is nobody at the stern.
tolgo gas e
I let go of the gas and put the auto trim function of the Humphrey interceptors. Let's see if they have calibrated them well. From this you can understand whether the shipyard does its job with artful precision before delivering the boat to its owner. Let's give it a little gas, but very slowly.
ok, ha staccato.
Okay, I pulled off the slipstream at 11 knots of speed.
Riesco a controllare bene anche la zona
I can
davanti.
also control the area in front of the bow well. Interceptors are working right now. Let's accelerate.
Zeelander Z55 viene motorizzato con diversi
Zeelander Z55 is powered by various Volvo Penta IPS solutions, but with 800, 900 or 1000 horsepower engines. And in this case we have the most powerful version,
due.
two 1000 horsepower Volvo Penta engines.
Ora 2000 cavalli su un 55 piedi sono già parecchi.
Now 2000 horses on 55 feet are already plenty. If we then multiply this value by the efficiency of the IPS pod drive, it is as if we had 2700 horses to push this Zeelander Z55.
A 20 nodi ha già trovato un assetto perfetto.
At 20 knots, I already found a perfect trim. Consumption at the moment is 5.7 litres per mile of navigation.
A 20 nodi è molto agile, continua a dimostrare
At 20 knots, it's very sharp. It continues to demonstrate an ease in navigation. The heeling angle at this speed, even when I turn from one side to the other and back. And look at the speed on the helm wheel.
il
The
controllo.
control is very precise.
Ora facciamo
Now let's do a 180 degrees. Let's reverse the course and let's try it in that direction. I want to find a little more wave. Above the float it has a classic line, but below it's very modern, a deep V-hull by Mulder design.
E rieccoci a 30 nodi. Il sistema Humphreys ha
Here we are again at 30 knots. The Humphrey system has completely eliminated the resistance of the interceptors. Now we are navigating with only the dynamic qualities of this hull at a consumption of 7.3 litres per mile.
33 nodi è un'ottima.
33 knots is an excellent cruising speed, but at this pace consumption has risen slightly, 8 litres for every mile of navigation. What do you say? Should we try it at its maximum?
E la impegniamo.
And let's also engage in turns at maximum speed.
Hanno limitato l'angolo di sterzata dei pod drive, eppure
They have limited the steering angle of the pod drives, yet look how it turns narrowly. Heeling angle is at 6 degrees, which is not much. It is not high. It is now 6.5.
Ok, mi metto col vento al traverso.
Okay, I'm going across the wind and measure the maximum performance of the Z55.
Al traverso così è
It
neutrale.
is neutral on speed.
I motori prendono tutti i giri, il consumo arriva.
The engines take every revolution. The consumption reaches 10 litres per mile and the speed is 41.4 knots.
E a questa velocità posso comunque divertirmi.
At this speed, can I still have fun as if it were a super sporty? Let's see.
Veloce e
Fast and sporty.
Ma
But who asked for it to be this way? Max Verstappen?
è classica ed elegante, è confortevole e silenziosa.
It is classic and elegant, comfortable and silent. It navigates easily and it's fast. I think if you have never considered this Dutch shipyard, well, maybe now is the time to do so. They are also experienced. They have 18 years knowledge background.